Smith Patel from Quick Buzz. How do you sum up, Rushil's performance, Rushil Ugarkar's performance? The way he was clobbered last game, but a tremendous comeback, 4 overs 29 or 4 overs 30 for one. In this game where it was a complete run fest. So how do you see his performance and his potential?
Yeah, look, I think he came back very nicely after the first game. After the first game, especially in his first over where he took a bit of tap, and came back under pressure. I don't think his second over that he bowled in the previous game was that bad. We had some good conversations afterwards as well, just to test where he was as an individual as well. So still very positive. He bowled well at training sessions as well. Very happy for him that he was able to land the ball in the area that he wanted to land tonight. He came on some big overs and he really dried the runs up. I mean, this ground, as we've seen, if the wicket's good, it can be a bit of a run fest. So the bowler's always going to be under the pump. So very happy with the way that he performed, especially after his first game.
With the way the wickets are going, especially in Dallas, under lights, even 250, even 240s are not safe anymore. Can a real hard thought be given to just have fast bowlers in your lineup and sort of do away with spinners, especially if that element of consistency is missing at the moment?
Yeah, look, I think you've got to try to balance it out with the team. Yes, fast bowlers are doing well, but I mean sometimes they take some pasting as well. I mean, you look at Sunny Patel; he's done very well for us, and he's a leg spinner. Tonight wasn't his night, but yeah, I think it's just it's about balancing your team out. If you're not bowling 140 k's an hour, and you're bowling under that, you've got to be able to sort of land the ball in the right areas. Change of pace is important on these particular pitches, and your execution is really under the microscope when it comes to these smaller grounds. And I think that's judging on tonight, we probably didn't execute, we didn't execute as well as what we wanted to. But it was a tough night for all the bowlers.
Neil with Battle, you were saying, firstly, the game didn't go your way. There were two amazing innings that happened. Of course, Nicky Puran is a legend and he's been playing. But can you talk a little bit about Tajinder? 35 balls, 95 runs, 8 fours, 8 sixes. He's not had the most competitive start to the MLC this year, but he showed up today. And he showed up like there were people cheering for him. Unfortunately, his century didn't go through. But what does the team think about it?
Yeah, look, I mean, difficult to take positives out of today because it's a loss. But I mean, you mentioned two guys there that will take a huge positive out with the rest of the tournament. Nicky, first of all, he's 100. Welcome back to form, which is always going to stand in good stead going forward. But yeah, Taji's knocked tonight. He hasn't been given the opportunity in this competition, really. Our top order had been doing the job. I think he's maybe only had 1 or 2 knocks where he spent a bit of time there, but also batting towards the back end. He's always been floating in our top order, and today was just the perfect occasion for us to give him a go up front. We backed him. There could have been a possibility where we would have maybe gone for an extra bowler in the side, but we stuck with him, which I'm very happy that we did. And he certainly repaid us with one of the better T20 innings that not only me but the guys we're talking about the change room have seen. So very happy for him. I mean, he'll take a lot of confidence through with regards to that knock, not only for the rest of this competition but also going forward in his career. So yeah, our batting was strong today. The partnership that he had with Nicky was very entertaining, and to a point where he was taking over the partnership. So it's always good to see when a guy gets opportunity like that, one of the local guys as well, to really take it. And I said at the start of the tournament as well that a lot of these young players that are coming in, or local players that are coming in, they just need a bit of self-belief, and that tends to happen in season 2, 3, and 4, where you get used to mixing it with the top players in the world, and the belief is there for them. And certainly, have a look at Monarch, the way he's been playing, and now Taji. We've got two of the local batters really putting their hands up, and that's fantastic for us. We just got to try and put everything together in the puzzle.
I have a small follow-up to it. Thank you for the answer, first of all. And we had Tajinder playing on one side, there was Nicky Puran playing on the other, and and he was consistently going over, he's giving him hugs, he's talking to him constantly. How we want to understand when a domestic new player is on the field, has majority of the pressure because he wants to show the world what he's capable of. Having that kind of presence on the field, you know, international player yourself, how does that affect a newer player?
Well, that's the best place to learn. You know, as a coach, you can sit and you can, you know, have a chat to a player and talk to him and try and grow the experience, tell him about situations he's going to be in. But the best place to learn is actually out there in the middle with a guy with the experience of a Nicky Boucher. And so there's, you know, that'll add another year or two of experience to him, just, you know, being out there with Nicky and having such a good partnership, learning from his calmness, his composure at the crease, learning when he needed to pull trigger at certain times. There was once where he maybe looked to block one of the balls, and Nicky just came over to him and said, "Listen, I'm not running. This is your matchup." Yeah. So little things like that. I mean, those are priceless lessons that you learn in the game of cricket, and that's why I say that I think a lot of these players will take a lot of benefit from that, and ultimately become those leaders in the USA team as well. So it was fantastic for him today, and well done for Nicky for guiding him through that innings as well.
Kudos to the team management as well, you know, sort of to empower Tajinder. He was probably batting at 6, 7, and so give us a sneak peek into how you, you know, as a head coach, prepped him into promoting, you know, at number 4. What are some of the things that you've told him, you know, behind the scenes that would have helped him go out and perform the way he did?
Look, I think when I first came here and I watched him play in the camp that we had, you know, between him and Monak, they were the two that were really hitting the ball sweet. We've got some other great players on our side as well, but those are the two that were really showing some good form. So I think, you know, it's always tough to select a few guys and leave a few guys out. But we ran with those guys because they were the two in form, and they fitted into the sort of dynamics within our batting structure. As I said, Taji didn't have a lot of chance to bat up until this game, and you know we chose to stick with him. We chose to stick with him. Really, it's you know, it's one of those things where you can't leave a guy out if he hasn't done anything wrong. And I think, you know, I kept on saying to him, "You're going to get an opportunity sometime." But I mean, he took it hands down. I mean, you know, he had the opportunity in one of the first games to maybe get us over the line. He didn't do that. So I could see that he didn't take it too well. But he stuck to his guns. He's been working hard off the field. You know, we've had some very good batting meetings as well, where he's the one guy I can see that's actually listening. And the way that he went out and played today, there were a couple of little things there that he's learned, not from me, but I think the whole batting unit as a whole. You know, is imparting knowledge on the local players as well. So, you know, it's one thing hearing something, but actually going out there and putting it into practice is all him. And he needs to take full credit for the way that he played today. It was a really special night, but I'm sure that this will be a lasting memory in his career for him.
What are those couple of things, if you can please elaborate, that the batting team would have learned from him? You just mentioned.
I can't really, because that might give away a few secrets for the next game. You can ask him; maybe he'll give you those little tips.
Mark, what a game first of all today, right? So for the league, it's the third year right now. The team which is 5-0, like they're all 5. They've lost 5 games. They come here, they win the game on the last ball by hitting a 6. You played a lot of international cricket yourself. Coming to America, this is now the league which is really serious that everybody's been playing. Do you want to talk a little bit about, like, what do you think where this is going and how competitive this has become, and what your thoughts are for the future of the league?
Well, how competitive it is. I mean, you only have to walk into our dressing room now to understand how disappointed the guys are. So, you know, when you walk in a change room like that, and it is a game that, you know, ebbed and flowed quite a bit, the guys are gutted in our change room, which tells me that they really care. So the importance of this league is massive. As I said, I think it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger as it grows, and I think the local players are going to start becoming better and competing. It's not a long time till you probably see a couple of, you know, the USA players playing in the IPL and that. There certainly have been players that put their hands up. So yeah, there's a talent pool that is coming through, which is fantastic for the league. But I think it is always going to take 2-3 years to get going. the next thing is the fans. I think it's an exciting format that we're playing, and it's full of action. And the American crowds, that's what they love. They love action-packed events. So I think we just need to give it a little bit more time, don't rush the process. The players are certainly starting to come to the party. We've had some fantastic games of cricket. Last night's game, tonight's game. It's good for American cricket that you have these tight games. For MI New York, we'd just like to be on the winning end of one of them pretty soon.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.